Visit of PDP NWC members to Governor Fubara sparks debate. Tribunal set to rule on Obiakpo chairmanship case. Family lawyer clarifies arrest of pastor in Rumunduru. River State government revealed plan to regulate operations of boat drivers. Bedford kills hundreds of birds in Oyigbo, River State. On the foreign scene, severe storm caught Spa disrupts transport across the UK. I am Kala Dakuru Batabo. Mental health is real. Seek help and the stigma. We will go for a quick commercial. When we return, the news in detail. National Working Committee has sparked a debate. Recall that the PDP National Treasurer Ahmed Mohamed had led some members of the party's NWC to a closed-door meeting with Governor Fubara in Port Harcourt on Wednesday night and announced him party leader, drawing criticism from those opposed to it. Speaking on this, a member of the Robertson Ewell-led PDP in the state, Dennis Amadi, dismissed the notion in some quarters that those who visited the governor do not represent the entire members of the PDP National Working Committee. He told correspondent Oyekachi Wosu that they are majority members of the National Working Committee.
Those who came from the national are automatic members of NWC, and they did not come by hiding. They came and made a public declaration. Not only them, the publicity secretary had before now declared that the executive of EWO is the authentic executive of PDP in Rivers State. Those who came, are they not part of the working committee of the party? If you check the working committee of the party, they have already formed Kuru. Check the number, check the details of the people that were there.
Mr. Amadi also clarified that the decision to establish an interim executive of the PDP in the state is to avoid a vacuum.
The NWC that visited the governor of Rivers State have also confirmed that he's the leader of the party in the state. So I can categorically say to you now that the Ewell-led group is the authentic executive of the party in Rivers State. Have they appealed the judgment? Have the court said otherwise? And check the constitution of the party. You know, there shouldn't be a vacuum. Aaron was sacked. He remains sacked. So the party should stay without anybody running the party. So we are the authentic executive of the party, sir.
The spokesperson of the Chukwuemeka Aaron-led faction, Kenneth Yowika, disagrees. He says there is nothing significant attached to the visit.
National Working Committee is made up of 18 members and 7. And it's very important to note that for such a visit, you should have the chairman of the party, the secretary of the party, and also the organizing secretary of the party. These are key members of the National Working Committee. And it's not expected that without these members on any visit, any other member of the party can speak without the permission concerning any matter regarding the party.
Mr. Yowika also said his faction of the PDP will not speak on the issues of the leadership tussle in the party.
then you should know that cases concerning the issue about various factions in the party, these matters are in court, and as a party that believes in rule of law, we expect that these issues should be handled by the courts, and it's not expected that members of the party should be in any way discussing it.
Earlier, some callers on Nigeria Info FM's Hard Facts shared their thoughts on the recognition of Governor Fubara as the state party leader by the National Working Committee members.
Each time I hear these things, I laugh because Olokagba and the treasurer, they are not the National Working Committee, and it is laughable, joke taken too far. Olokagba cannot do anything without the National Secretary and the National Chairman. He's only speaking for his own pocket, not for PDP. Calling the governor leader. Who told you that?
Since the inception of the democracy in this country, each successive government have had the governor lead the party in the PDP. There is not an issue that we need to contest. The governor is the leader. Even before they said it, we knew it that he is the leader of the party.
If we must follow from 1999, indeed, any governor is the leader of the political party or the political platform he belongs to. People should understand that power is transitional, and when it may come for me today, tomorrow it leaves me to another person.
As you may know, the PDP National Working Committee is composed of 12 members, all of whom are elected to a 4-year term at the party's National Convention. The National Working Committee is headed by the chairperson, who also functions as the party's national chairman. It is unclear how many of them visited Governor Fubara on Wednesday night. In another development, Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed has criticized the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike, describing him as a politician with double loyalty. The governor said this in a statement by Special Advisor on Media and Publicity Mukhtar Gidado in response to the minister's written media comments slamming him for opposing the tax reform bills. Governor Mohammed, who also chairs the PDP Governors Forum, said it is disheartening that a man who holds so much to a party that stood by him in his political journey has chosen to be a willing tool in its denigration. Elsewhere, the local government election petition tribunal in Rivers State is expected to deliver judgment today in the case brought against the Obiakpor Council Chairman Chijioke Nwo and the APP. The judgment was reserved after lawyers adopted their final written addresses. Recall that the chairmanship candidate of Action Alliance had disputed the emergence of Mr. Nwo as chairman. When the matter came up for the final hearing, lawyer to the APP, Chimenem Jerome, urged the tribunal to dismiss the petition with substantial cause since the petitioners have been unable to discharge the evidential burden placed on them by law. Away from that, the lawyer representing the Wokpara family in Rumunduru community, Obiakpor local government area, Rivers State, Vincent Chuku, has clarified on the arrest of Pastor Basi Umaran in the area. Speaking to our correspondent, Mr. Chuku said the family, accompanied by the police, local vigilantes and youths, visited the God's Deliverance Apostolic Church to enforce a court order directing the pastor to vacate the land, which he had failed to obey. He explained that in 2017, Stephen and Zephaniah Wokpara took Mr. Umaran to court for allegedly claiming ownership of their late brother Ernest Walu Wokpara's land housing the church. He added that during the eviction process, fetish items were discovered, leading to his arrest.
They went to enforce the judgment of the court. Then when they got there, when they now enter the church, or on the land upon which the church is built, is part of the problem, part of the dispute. So they now want to take over the land, pursuant to the judgment of court. And now discovered other criminal acts, like all the things that were recovered there, the police recovered all those things. So that is why I think the suspects were arrested. So it is not any frame-up at all. It is pursuant to the execution of a court judgment obtained against them.
You. Meanwhile, some residents of Rumunduru Farm Road say there was nothing diabolic about the church. The residents who chose not to be recorded told our correspondent that it is common for prayer houses to display pictures and other items for prayers. The residents also suggested that it is community politics and land-grabbing disputes that led to the arrest of the pastor and not diabolical activities. You will recall that Umar Mbasi and Elijah Anyete are now in police custody after they were arrested in Rumunduru over allegations of engaging in diabolical acts. Rivers State Police Command paraded the two men yesterday at the command headquarters. The spokesperson of the command, Grace Ringe Koko, dismissed an online report that a live python and human skull were recovered in the church. Pastor Basi of God's Deliverance Apostolic Church had accused the Rumunduru community of setting him up because of a land dispute, adding that the items found in his church are used for spiritual work. A correspondent who visited the area reports that the church building has been demolished and properties in the church burnt. We'll go for a quick commercial, but still to come, Rivers State government revealed plans to regulate operations of boat drivers. To stay tuned. We'll be right back. Back now to the rest of the newscast. The leadership of Ogbako Eche, the apex socio-cultural organization in Eche ethnic nation, has condemned the recent communal crisis between Umuakuru and Edegelem communities in the Igbo Agurasa clan, which claimed some lives. President General Ogbako Eche Worldwide, Silas Ayanwu, told newsmen in Port Harcourt that every right-thinking Eche person should be worried by such an incident, as it is capable of driving investors away from Eche land. Dr. Ayanwu appealed to law enforcement agents to fish out the perpetrators to serve as a deterrent to others. He said Eche is naturally endowed with resources ranging from oil to other mineral deposits, including agricultural produce, which, if properly unearthed, will change the fortunes of Eche land for the better. The President General called for renewed collaboration between law enforcement agents, traditional rulers, the political class, and community-based organizations towards eradicating the land-grabbing menace and all forms of criminality currently pervading Eche. Elsewhere, the Elem Kalabari Council of Chiefs has refuted the allegations of intimidation, harassment, and land encroachment made against the Amayanabo of Elem Kalabari, Toru Sirama Piri, Asari Dokubo by Bile Ine, led by Adokie Levi Akinda. Now, a statement jointly signed by Chairman and Secretary of the Council of Chiefs, Okiye Ivan Senibo, and Baye Young Jack, said the allegations are baseless and born out of frustration to blackmail the monarch. It said they want to discourage him from collaborating with security agencies to rid the land and waterways of illegal bunkering and sea piracy. The statement further advised Mr. Levi Akinda and others to desist from such accusations and environment devastating activities, because Asari Dokubo will not be deterred in working towards the peace and progress to enable legitimate businesses to thrive in the area. They assured the general public that their king has no territorial expansionist ambitions, as the land and waters of Elem Kalabari are sufficient to take care of her people. Moving on, the Rivers State Commissioner for Transport, Collins Onuwo, says he plans to propose legislation to the State House of Assembly to regulate the operations of boat drivers in the state. Mr. Onuwo disclosed this during a condolence visit to Bonny local government area over the recent boat accident that claimed 3 lives on the Port Harcourt-Bonny waterway. He attributed the incident to a communication gap, adding that the ministry will work closely with relevant agencies to ensure safety on the waterways.
For us as a ministry and Rivers State government and the governor, and saying sorry for what happened to Olympic Star Smith Fubara is a man who believes in Rivers State. He's a man who believes that Rivers man should have the best. So when he heard this incident, he was sad about it and asked me to come and commiserate with the people of Bonny local government, and also to see how we can partner with the local government, also partner with the State Assembly led by your son, Okojongo, on how we shall have new legislation that will guide the commuters and the operators of this boat.
The chairman of Bonny local government area, Anengi Claude Wilcox, thanked the Commissioner for Transport for his visit and also announced plans to enforce the compulsory use of life vests for all passengers and boat operators.
I want to respectfully welcome you to Bonny local government, and then to thank you for finding time to pay this condolence. I want to say thank you very much and say that you extend our greetings to His Excellency for his show of love. If he does not love us as a people, he would not have sent you. He would not have been compassionate about it and is ready to look at areas that we're going to correct whatever wrong that has caused this death. Fortunately, we lost 3 persons, including a little child. And so from this end, we have put in some precautionary measures. When the weather is not favorable, we ask all the drivers to stop.
Away from that, some poultry farmers in Afam, Oigbo local government area of Rivers State say hundreds of their birds have died following the outbreak of avian influenza, popularly known as bird flu. The farmers told our correspondent that they have applied measures to temporarily stop the deaths, but said they are yet to notify the State Ministry of Agriculture.
Started last week Wednesday. So many of my fowls, the thing are fed. So I don't know what to do now. So that's every day about 5 just like that. So I'm giving them some drugs and be watching.
So most of this is something you cannot predict. You'll be applying so many drugs to make them to be stable, but at a time it doesn't work. But I don't know whether it's the kind of weather we are that is making it almost every first time of the year. But we always loses our chickens. I don't know whether it's air pollution or what that is affecting them. I have up to 500 birds, and the lady that speaks to you have up to 250 birds. But at the moment now, I'm losing no less than 80 to 100 birds.
The River State Chairman, Poultry Association of Nigeria, Charles Afonwa, appealed to the Ministry of Agriculture and the NDDC to help establish a hatchery in Port Harcourt to stop the transportation of birds from other states to reduce the risk in poultry farming. Recall that the State Ministry of Agriculture said it quarantined a 3,000 capacity poultry farm in Irebe, Obiakpo local government area over an outbreak of bird flu. It also asked poultry farmers affected to reach out to the ministry for help. We'll go for another commercial, but when we return, we will take a look at the international scene. Please do stay tuned. In place for Scotland as Storm Elwyn batters the UK and Ireland. More than 1 million customers are without power amid widespread travel disruption, with roads blocked by falling trees, flights cancelled, and rail services halted. Now a quick recap. On the news this evening, you heard visit of PDP NWC members to Governor Fubara's PAC to debate. Family lawyers clarified on the arrest of a pastor in Rumunduru. River State government has revealed plan to regulate operations of boat drivers. On the foreign scene, severe storm has caught power, disrupted transport across the UK. The news was edited by Constance Rele Mega. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I am Kalada Kurubatubo.